Denver Broncos trading for Russell Wilson. This is an interesting one because, as we talked about with Trey, it's really about what the AFC West has done because of one guy, right? And this has all started because of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. The Broncos have been trying to play catch up there. They tried to revamp and obviously added a defense there. They added offensive weapons to the NFL draft a couple years ago, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, and everyone's like, okay, hey, now they're just a quarterback away. They go out and they get a guy, and he is getting to work, and he's already transforming the perception of Denver. For the Denver Broncos, Tommy, what type of grade are you giving them here? I'm going to write mine down real quick.
I got mine too.
All right, here we go. 3.
And I promise everyone also, we are not like sharing our grades. Like, I do not have mine on here, so we're not copying each other.
Let's see what it is. Are we going to keep the trend the same here? 3, 2, 1. I'm giving it. Jeez Louise, Tommy. Look at that. We are in sync here on today's episode of the PFN Daily live show here on youtube.com/Pro Football Network. I think from the Broncos' perspective, they are sitting in a very, very good spot right now with Russell Wilson. You have Javonte Williams on a rookie contract. You have Jerry Jeudy on a rookie contract. You have KJ Hamler on a rookie contract. And you just locked up Tim Patrick, Courtland Sutton to 3-year deals last year. And you got them at a ridiculous market value right now in comparison to some of the deals we've now seen handed out. Like, if Denver didn't take care of any of these deals in season last year, the market for Courtland Sutton and Tim Patrick would have been massive. And I don't think Denver would have been able to keep both of them. So now they got those two guys locked up. You have Albert Okwuegbunam on a rookie contract as well. Oh, and now they just go out and they get Billy Turner at the right tackle position to help solidify their offensive line. Denver's offense is in a really good position, and their defense is all young too, for the most part. You've got guys locked up for quite some time. Denver right now, that's why I'm giving them an A+ grade. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And then we can get on to Seattle.
I mean, I totally agree. Look, Denver, we've said it for the past almost year and a half now. They were a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender. We initially thought that might have been Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers decided to stay in Green Bay. And while the Broncos said this had nothing to do with that whole situation, whether you want to believe that or not, they still wind up with an MVP caliber quarterback, one who doesn't turn the ball over, but also is one of the better quarterbacks when attacking downfield. You got Tim Patrick, you got Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy running across the middle of the field. I love this. I've said several times, I think Tim Patrick was the underrated winner of this entire move. The Broncos offseason could not have gone any better. They've gotten better while the Kansas City Chiefs have gotten worse since the start of free agency. I understand they made some moves to try to get back to where they were, but they're no longer as feared as what they once were. Denver Broncos, hats off. I love the move. You burned the stadium down, but hopefully that happens on the field and on the scoreboard while you're putting up points.
I saw all the Russ's cooking in Denver memes really dropping yesterday.
Yeah, those
when
started
that
quick.
happened.
The internet's good with this.
Luckily, the fire got contained. Everything's going to be good. 8 suites got damaged. Over 200 seats at the stadium got burnt. They'll be repaired by the time of preseason rolling around here. And look, I think also, too, Denver still has 8 picks in this year's NFL draft, Tommy.
Yeah,
and
they're not done.
One thing we know George Payton loves to do, he loves to set, and he even said it on record, we love having 10+ picks to give us more flexibility. I imagine Denver's not done making moves yet. They still could acquire a couple more picks in this year's NFL draft that maybe offset some of the loss of giving up, obviously, a first-rounder this year, first-rounder next year, second-rounder this year, second-rounder next year, and obviously a 5th. But then they got a 4th in return for this year. So Denver, they're sitting pretty
You got
right
Russell
now.
Wilson. It doesn't matter.
They do. So now let's take a look now in terms of the optics. I know talking about that trade, I think for the Seattle Seahawks, one thing we can do here for them, obviously it's a big kind of transition for them. I mean, he's their franchise guy. They've made some big changes here. In the offseason, we thought Pete Carroll was going to be gone. We thought he was going to be done in Seattle. However, Bobby Wagner's out. You have Russell Wilson's out. DK Metcalf and Quandre Diggs say, hey, even with these moves, we're not rebuilding. So with that said, we look at the trade here. I'm going to put mine down right now. I should have wrote it bigger, but I think for them, they acquired Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris. And I think that, hey, look, give Drew Lock some time to grow in the system. Let him be the guy this year. I guarantee you he's going to blow more people away than what he did in Denver. I think he's growing, and he might be able to find a place in Seattle. And obviously, John Schneider kind of believes the same thing there. So I'm hoping for Drew Lock to have a lot of success. Shelby Harris, always love Shelby. Got to sit down with them at Radio Row. But my grade for the trade for the Seahawks, ultimately because they're giving up a franchise guy for, quite frankly, an unproven commodity. Let's hold the grades up. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh.
You've got to be kidding me. I promise y'all,
this
this is not fake. I promise.
We are on one here today, Tommy Garrett. I am on board with that. So that is our grades there. I think that Seattle, look, I'm not saying that they're going to be successful this year. Look at that. That division is so tough. And if Bobby Wagner ends up going to the Los Angeles Rams, And the Rams are loading up. Aaron Donald potentially getting a new contract. Matthew Stafford, we just saw get a new contract. Allen Robinson is in addition. It's going to be super hard for Seattle to win that division, or maybe even get a wild card spot this upcoming season. Granted, where we see Arizona, the 49ers, and the Rams, that is going to be a tough division as is. I don't say it's going to be as competitive as the AFC West, but in terms of the teams there and the talent, it's going to be very
the second most
difficult.
competitive division of football.
That might be fair right there. I think that's a fair point to say right there. And then we see right here, Outlaw going back to the Broncos. You've gotten worse. 8 picks. Pfft. I know the Chiefs have 12. Don't get me started there. Seattle is definitely rebuilding. I don't care what shade of lipstick they put on that pig. I think that's a very fair point too. Until they get a franchise quarterback, they're going to be in the bottom tier of that NFC West division, in my opinion, and their defense still has a lot more room to grow, especially losing Bobby Wagner, inside backer. That is brutal.